Good day, Ruskin enjoyers. Hope you're alright, because it's time for the proper review. Now, last week we discussed the September 11, 2025 Rust Store, and that means in this video we're going to go ahead and talk about September 18. So sit back and relax and start yapping. So, what's my initial reaction when I first saw this Rust Store? Well, looks like we got a brand new small box collection. It's actually called Small Props, but yes. Fuel box was the previous week. Now we have the diesel box. Things are looking pretty interesting. Number one, we have never seen a diesel box before, so okay, instantly that's unique. But how far could it actually go? Well, we're actually talking to the skin creator, so we had a bit of an insight. I'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. I should also point out Oasis Furnace. With all the somewhat recent complete the set skins, so let's quickly switch over to here, yep. The only skin here, or rather the only collection to get another skin accepted after this, was of course what you just saw there, the Furnace. So alright, cool. Oasis Furnace looking very nice. Of course we have the Oasis collection. Now, the other skins, they weren't exactly doing super great. I should also point out, during this video, we're going to have issues with Cloudflare. Everything's down, even Twitter. Yeah, that's going to be a bit of a problem. So if I switch back over to here, does it work here? Oh, wonderful. Alright, we might have to use SEM a little bit more. So anyway, yes. With the Oasis collection, we've had free skins before the sheet meta double door, and at that time, only the sheet meta double door was actually in the positive, so, okay. That might be a bit of a concern. So, alright, cool. Now, with all the other skins here, I have to point out, oh look, Brony collection has returned. One of the funny, silly collections we've seen in the past, a random pair of gloves, or roadside gloves, I should say. Now, of course, we did get the boots before, so, okay, it makes sense, but yes. This was accepted 7 years after all of these, so, okay, that might be a bit of a concern. Cyber jacket. At this point in time, we knew for a fact that we saw the it hurts to remember. So basically what happened is we saw a particular jacket that had been submitted, and a lot of people were really itching and hoping and praying for it to be accepted. Oh yes, because unfortunately at this time, even then, we saw that the Island Assault collection wasn't doing super great. At the very least, the tier 2, the prices weren't really holding up, and they were going down. But a jacket definitely would have helped out a lot of things. Oh yes. And a lot of people really did happen to like this design. Nope, cyber jacket. Cool, thank you. So yeah, cyber collection isn't not very in demand, and I didn't really have a lot of faith in it. So yeah. Should also point out, it is of course September, so the No Mercy M39. Another skin is accepted. Chameleon collection returns. Yes, I didn't really clarify this, but we're still seeing extra late picks, of course, with the boots as well. So okay, cool. And of course, Sinotype Sulfur. So yet another Sinotype skin is accepted. But as we get closer and closer to Halloween, we still question, is it going to stop? Well, of course it would, but oh no, how bad could that be? So okay, yeah, overall a perfectly fine batch of skins, but of course, with every batch of skins, with every Rust Store, we always question, well, you know, what potentially is going to be the best investment for this week. So by default, I did talk about Sinotype Sulfur. I thought, you know what, come on now. We're expecting this collection to actually fully finish. Get at least 18 skins, hopefully. So we're feeling a little bit, you know, optimistic. But, yeah, will we have issues as we go through Halloween? Maybe we're just better off sticking with buy orders. So, okay, sure, we'll leave it at that. Next, I would have talked about the small diesel box. So, okay. We've now got the beginnings of a brand new small box collection. But how far could it even go? In the past, we've only seen like small box collections reaching up to like 5. And, you know, the best options we have in terms of like references would be like the Neon Storage collection, which was supplementary. So, yes, we had the small boxes. And then we had the base boxes. Neither of them were looking very pretty at this particular point in time, back in, you know, September, so, oh, okay. Okay, but, one quick look over to the workshop, there was a very strong hint for what could have been worked on next. Basically, the skin creator all but confirmed he does intend to make a full-fledged collection, and with all those cards on the floor there, yeah, things were looking pretty interesting. Ooh, what could that be? Who insinuated, or rather, who gave them that idea? So, yeah, alright then. So, that was also looking pretty interesting. But with all the other skins, I mean, I wasn't feeling very confident. We're now, what, like 2 or 3 weeks into September? And of course, we dread the autumn-fall seasonal dip. We're in September. We expect times to be even worse as we go through October. November's not normally that bad. Still bad compared to all the other months, but typically with November we start to see prices improve. And right now, if you're looking at the date, I'm just going to point out, maybe you might notice certain skins improving. Check your inventories. So, okay, cool. So overall, yeah, things weren't exactly looking super interesting. As I've already mentioned, Cyber Jacket, its collection wasn't very in demand. Also, what else could even come out after this to give it a boost? Not much. So that was a bit of a concern. As I also mentioned, with the Brony road sign gloves, we need to see more. Were we actually going to see more? Because, as I mentioned, there's a 7-year gap. The hoodie, the pants, the boots, they only did about 4,000 to 6,000 subscribers. That isn't that much. That really isn't that much. And, with a lot more people playing nowadays, there tends to be a lot more sales with all the skins. Could the gloves actually match up to the sales we saw with the previous skins? Or if it doesn't, how bad could it be? Oh, yeah, we were concerned. Even if it's a 99-cent skin, yeah, still concerned. Gold Chain's boots look pretty interesting, but then again, you look at the Gold Chain's collection and you think, what? Where's all the other bits and pieces for clothing armor? Well, funny that. It never was accepted, so... If we're rolling with the expectation that we're going to never see Gold Chain's hoodie and pants tier 2 or tier 3, is there any reason to want to invest into the Gold Chain's boots? Well, there you go, there's your answer, so... Yeah, kind of made it a bit clear. Double barrel shotguns, they rarely ever hold up their value. Even now you can look. So, back then, pretty much the same thing. Right now, yeah, not looking very pretty. Another M39 is accepted, and even at this particular point in time, we were noticing that even the Redemption M39 was going down in price. R2 Skull was getting closer and closer to going down to about half its price down. Toxic Wolf easily just went down to like $1. So No Mercy M39, yeah, you're part of the No Mercy collection. You're like number 38 and number 39 in total. But even then, I just didn't feel, I don't particularly feel confident with like M39 skins. The Furnace looked pretty cool, but I still had doubts. Furnaces in general, we tend to see issues. You would need to see something very, very, very special come out. All right? So, yeah, I wasn't feeling very confident with that. The other Oasis skins kind of gave a clear picture in regards to it doesn't look like people like this that much, so, yeah, okay. Dominus Mortis Thompson, haven't gotten to talk about you, but yes, this was a weapon-only collection, and unfortunately, all the skins at this particular point weren't doing very well. It's a weapon-only collection. Are we surprised? Not really, no. So, okay, overall, I wasn't feeling very optimistic. I didn't even talk about the AK-47, but there you go, it's just a AK-47. Sorry to say, I know. But anyway, so, with all that said, what was the first 24 hours of sales looking like? Well, there's a bit of a problem with that because, as I said, Cloudflare is down at the moment, so I can't even show you the tweets. So look at this. Ta-da. However, I'm smart. I'm clever. What do you mean, Hedge? Well, 48-hour analysis. Oh, there you go. Can you see that? Should I like go full screen? Can confirm. If this is in 2K, you should be able to see that. So there you go. Sinotype Sulfur, 16,000 subscribers. Huh. With the previous rush store, we also noticed not that many sales. We're starting to notice a bit of a trend. Are the latter Sinotype skins selling less and less? Interesting. And then, of course, if we do get like a full-fledged collection, could that mean those particular Sinotype large boxes end up being more pricey? Definitely a good thing to consider. Now, of course, small diesel box, there was a lot of hype. Over 11,000 subscribers, not too bad. Followed by the Thompson with just about 8,000 subscribers. Followed by the Oasis Furnace with only 6,400. That dropped off quite a bit, didn't it? Not too many people are super enthusiastic with the Cyber Jacket. Yet people are, a little bit more wiser with M39s and all the other skins not holding up so much. Brony road sign gloves in particular, though, it already had basically matched up to the boot sales, and it was very close to the hoodie and pants sales. So yeah, it was selling a little bit too much. Which again, what can it do? It was accepted 7 years later. So all right, cool, understood. So looking at the 24 hours of sales, and of course, I'm sitting here doing 48 hours. I had some expectations in regards to sales, so yeah, with every 48-hour analysis, I always had the expectations. Over to here, it's time to talk about how did everything look, and when, of course, we had the abnormal borders. And unfortunately, I'm not fully prepared. So how about we just skip ahead and go over to here? So play. There you go. Right. So as I can look over to here, we have 31,474 subscribers for the Sinotype Sulfur, which at that specific time, very surprising, were just barely over the amount of sales we saw the Sinotype firearms. So okay, you're definitely going to be one of the lower end sales of skins. So okay. Small diesel box, 22,835 subscribers. That's quite a lot. Jonas Motors Thompson, that went all the way up to 18,000 subscribers. The Furnace 14, the Jacket, only just under 14,000 subscribers. No Mercy M39, 11,000. We have the Chameleon Double Barrel Shotgun, with just barely over 10,000 subscribers. Ferro Raw AK-47, just about 9,500. Brony Road Sign Gloves, 9,300. That's a concern. We'll talk more about that in a bit. And then Gold Chains Boots, not exactly having tons of support and interest, just about 4,500 subscribers. So okay, that's the sales were a bit tame, but as I said at the very beginning, I didn't have that much faith. I honestly thought these skins were likely going to suffer. As we go for October, I could only assume the worst. So let's talk about the prices we offered when we did the abnormal barders. So of course, talking about the abnormal skins first. Sinotype Sulfur, $1.70 to $2.20. With every Sinotype skin, I offered that. And as time has passed, well, let me tell you, I have managed to pick up quite a lot of the skins, but we'll talk more about that in a bit, don't you worry. Where did that end up at in the end when we saw, it's 7-day tenure finish? So we'll talk more about that. Cyber Jacket, 60 cents to 80 cents. I didn't have any faith in it. A $2 skin wasn't in demand. The collection wasn't in demand. I wanted Dialed Assault Jacket. I'm sad. So, yeah, only 60 cents to 80 cents. No Mercy M39, thought about it. $2 skin. No, it was a $3 skin. Sorry about that. It was a $3 No Mercy M39. And I thought, you know what? I only want to offer 70 cents to $1. Next week, we will see another one. And the week after that, I think we'd see another. Anyway, so, all right, cool. Chameleon Double Barrel Shotgun. Well, double barrel shotguns rarely retain their value, but they don't go all the way down, like terribly. So I thought, you know what, 70 cents to $1 for that. Ferro Raw AK-47, it didn't sell that much. It wasn't appearing to be very in demand. $2.49, and you know what, 60 cents to 80 cents. Yeah, wasn't feeling very confident with it. And then the Gold Chains Boots, well, I thought about it. A $2 skin, maybe we could see some more skins for it in the future. It's collection, the Gold Chains collection. I thought, you know what, 70 cents to $1. It has sold like next to nothing. I was not expecting like tons of listings in the future, so sure, yeah, we'll leave it at that. So 70 cents to $1 for that. And then for the regular skins, the skins that weren't abnormal, small diesel box, I thought about it. Yes, you're selling there at $1.49. I thought about it, I questioned it, and I thought, you know what, I will offer 80 cents to $1.10. We did see a collection continuation, but it wasn't a cards box. So we'll talk more about that in a second, but yes, I was feeling pretty confident. We had a very interesting small box collection ahead of us. So, okay, cool. Jonas Motors Thompson, weapon only collection. However, Thompsons tend to perform a little bit better compared to all the other weapon skins in a weapon only collection. So I thought, you know what, 80 cents to $1.10. Oasis Furnace, I didn't feel that confident. Sold quite a lot. Did look nice, but wasn't feeling confident. So for that $1.49 skin, I suggested only 70 cents to 90 cents. And then the Brony Road Sign Gloves, sitting there with 9,300 subscribers on a Wednesday night. We still had a good 20 hours with this rush store, and then we'll probably actually see it rotate and see a few more sales. 70 cents to 80 cents. I thought to myself, you know what? It's a goofy, fun, silly design. Yeah, it has sold quite a bit more compared to the rest of the collection, but I would have thought, you know what? Surely people would still appreciate it and like it. It's a Brony skin. Oh, the previous Brony skins did very nice. Again, 7 years it took, but surely people would notice and people would still like, right? Yeah, that was a bit of a wishful thinking, so all right, cool. So that's pretty much everything that needed to be said. What was the outcomes? How did everything progress? So let's switch back over to here. Looking at all the skins, you might notice, oh no, hang on a minute, they all went down in price, except the Sinotype Sulfur. Now, I'd just like to confirm, I did not buy anything directly from this rush store, but I have managed to pick up quite a lot of these skins through barders. So with the Sinotype Sulfur, I should point out, I haven't really bought that many. Yet prices did drop off with the Sinotype collection, but we are starting to notice improvement. Now, with the current expectation, we very likely will be reaching all the way up to 18. But we do have a big concern in regards to what this box's DLC is going to be. We don't know, but they are mentioning like an explosives component box. They've also mentioned like an ore box. So, what's this? What's going on? Is it just like labels? Or is it quite literally a storage collection DLC made by Facepunch themselves, which they'll probably sell for about $15? Ooh, that's significantly cheaper compared to every storage collection we ever have. So, oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Hopefully we don't see that until maybe, springtime. Early next year, hopefully. I do want to sell my skins for a profit. And of course, that'll be around January time. Prices, with all the later skins, are improving. But what did I mention? Sulfur did sell quite a lot less compared to all the recent skins at that specific time. So of course with the previous week we noticed it with Sinotype Armor. That ended up with just under 36,000 subscribers. Well, with Sinotype Sulfur, 33,987. That was now the second lowest selling skin. But of course, as the next few weeks go on, you notice we did get Sinotype Explosives, over 40,000 subscribers. Whoa. Then, Sinotype Charcoal, 34,000. Sinotype Metal Frags, 35,000. But very, very recently, Sinotype Wood, only 30,976. That ended up becoming the lowest selling skin out of all the Sinotype skins. And now currently, Sinotype Stone, that does not look like it's going to even reach 30,000 subscribers. But then again, a stone box, I was surprised. Yeah, perhaps people don't need that much stone, and in comparison to all the other stone storages of the past, yeah, they don't really go up in price that much, so it's not too surprising. So, Sinotype Sulfur, you are doing very nicely at the moment. You didn't sell too much. You're doing perfectly fine. Did you noticeably dip though? Yes, you did. As we went through Halloween time, every single Sinotype skin did drop off, because for 3 whole weeks we didn't see a Sinotype skin being accepted. People assumed the worst. They thought it ended, with only 13 skins in total. Horrible, horrible. So yeah, this did drop off quite a fair bit. Went all the way down to just over $2. But as you can see right now, it's actually pushing closer and closer to $4 at the moment. Very nice to see. So okay, if you did manage to pick up a few of these with your barders, or if you did actually buy these straight from the Rust store, feel free to comment below. Brag, because that actually did work out quite nicely. And we're still expecting it to rise up a little bit more as we get closer and closer to January time. Here's hoping. Well, I would show you. I would show you the player counts right now, but I can't. Cloudflare issues at the moment. But yes, around January time, we're expecting a lot of people to be playing. And when there's tons of people playing, there's going to be a whole lot more demand for skins in general. We are expecting prices to improve even further. So if you're thinking, wow, this is looking nice and profitable at the moment, just you wait. We're expecting it to be even better. So, okay, cool. Sinotype Sulfur, you have worked out lovely. Props to you. Speaking of props, small props collection, small diesel box. This did drop off pretty badly. I've actually bought a bunch of these with my barders. Let's just show you right now. So at the current moment in time, I'm talking about November time, with what we see right here, it really does look like we might potentially see this go all the way up to 15 to 18 skins in total, like a regular storage collection. So, yep, quite a few listings, not too far off from its Rust store price. Again, around January time, I feel expected to recover, but then again, it might only be slightly in the positive around then, we'll see. But with what came out after this, so as I did mention, I'm going to have to go over to here to see this. Oh no, we're not going to be able to see it work. Oh no, will it work? Will it work? Will it work? No, it doesn't look like it's going to work. Okay, I can just go over to here. So if I click this, it'll show me all the recent skins, and oh, you might just notice, after the diesel box, we got the meds box, and then after that, we just so happened to see a small cards box, and then a diving box. Then, very recently, we saw a small tea box. So, okay, that's very nice. But then, and with the very recent Rust stores, we did happen to notice even more. So, over to here, we currently have the ammo box in Rust store. Just to confirm, that was after the tea box. Yes, it was. Okay. Now, after this, we're also noticing some other interesting designs. So, small props collection has been progressing very, very nicely. As you'll notice right here, we have a sulfur box, and we have a seal box. Now, that's actually very clever. Whenever you're being attacked and you need to quickly seal up your base and whatnot. Perfect. Smash glass in case of raid. Perfection. That's an awesome idea. He came up with that himself. And a lot of people do approve. The comments I'm seeing, yeah, that's awesome. So, all right, I did ask for pink pink box for weapon attachments. That might be pretty cool. Anyway, so that collection has progressed quite nicely. Yep. Skins are starting to improve. They did dip down pretty badly as we went through the Halloween period. We didn't see a single small props box being accepted for quite some time. But fuel box and diesel box, they have been struggling quite a lot. Followed by meds box, but that's not too surprising. We have like neon meds box that exists. That glows in the dark. These skins do not glow in the dark. They are easily distinguishable based on their colour scheme. But yeah. So currently at the moment right now, we have 7. On the workshop, we have 9 in total. I am expecting we do see a nice progression with a lovely collection. And we have been talking about this for quite some time. So back over to here. Where is it? Oh, there you go. Small box collection. Could it actually happen? And you might notice, oh look, there's a yellow version of the diving box. So back then, we're questioning how far could it actually go. 5 was the largest we have ever seen with a small box previously. But of course now we're up to 7 with expectations of 9. So can confirm it's working out quite alright. But some of these skins, notably these 3, they do need to improve. Now, they were a lot worse off. So back over to here, looking at the diesel box. You notice during that dreaded period of time, it did go down, but now it's starting to pick up a bit. So, okay, let's be a little bit optimistic. Hopefully it does improve. If you were to ask me, all right then, Hedge. So, you did suggest 80 cents to $1.10, and right now it's sitting here at $1, and with the barters only gone up to about 90 cents. I will sit here and say, if we do go all the way and reach up a very nice amount, like 18, oh yeah, I could imagine this does work out quite all right. But here's the question, how often do you even need like a diesel box? Genuinely asking you right now. Perhaps that probably kind of sets the tone, so, okay. So let me just quickly go back over to here, to this raster. Whoopsie, let's go there. You go. Right, perfect. All right. No, I broke it. Well, we'll just go back over to here anyway. So, all right, cool. That collection did progress quite nicely, but the skins in particular, not all of them were beautiful and wonderful. So, yeah, profits are a bit near. But with your barders, you very likely did pick up a few, so feel free to comment below. Did you manage to pick up a bunch? I think I've got about 40. Yeah, here's hoping the price does improve. Dominus Mortis Thompson, it's fine. Like, it did go down a price, but we're not surprised by that. And with our suggestion, I said 80 cents to $1.10, and right now it seems to be $1.30. So with these collections, the weapon-only collections, they do tend to suffer. We're fully well aware of that. Dominus Mortis collection, there was an attempt for a garage door. Didn't happen, unfortunately, although it did happen around Halloween time. But yeah, it did drop off quite significantly, went all the way down to about just less than $1 at one point. But slowly since then it has been progressing. It's not huge gains, but it's nice, slow, steady gains. So, alright, not too bad. I did pick up a few with my buy order, and honestly, I'm feeling pretty optimistic for it. I can imagine it would improve a fair bit more. Let's hope it goes back up to its Rustle price. We shall see, we shall see. Only 38 listings, quite a bit of a way there, but we'll see. Alright, so best of luck to that. Oasis Furnace, I had my concerns at the last second. I thought, you know what, I'm not feeling super confident with this, and I was right to imagine that because it's down to 65 cents. With the previous Oasis skins, only the sheet metal double doors are only the sheet metal double door has ever done like perfectly fine. Now some of the other skins they did kind of reach back up to their Rustle price a while. That's when we saw the sheet metal double door being accepted, but then after a while back down. So 35 listings, barter's only gone up to about 53 cents. Ooh. So yeah, unfortunately, that 70 cent to 90 cent barter, not perfect. Not perfect, unfortunately, so yeah, it is what it is. But hey, some of you might notice the price was going down a fair bit. Hopefully you did manage to remove your barter. I did, but I still picked up a few. It's a bit of a concern. Yes, it is. So, alright, it is what it is. But yeah, the Oasis collection in general, down 61, down 56, down 22, up 16, down 62. Ooh, so, not looking like it's the best. Cyber Jacket, we didn't really have any faith in you. I don't hate it, it's just it's annoying that we knew what we could have had instead, and well, here we are. It lost half its price. Are we surprised? Not really. So, yep, this, it did go down worse. You might notice that the price has slowly been improving a fair bit. So, at its worst, it was sitting here about 50 cents. Now it sits here just under $1. So, yeah, barter's got real low. I imagine that super low price was a barter price. But, yeah, what do you reckon? Did you buy it? Did you like it? Feel free to comment below. But no, I'm not feeling very confident. The Cyber Jacket, I suggested 60 cents to 80 cents. It did get cheaper than that, but now the price is slowly starting to improve to a point. The whole collection in itself, though, only some things are doing quite all right. The rest, not so much. I'm trying to click it. It's not working. There you go. Thank you very much. 1, 2, 3. The rest, ugh. So, yeah, it's a bit of a concern. So, we'll leave it at that. We're not surprised. It's hoping it does improve a little bit more. We do need more profit. No Mercy M39. Are we surprised it went down by 61%? What? Okay. So in this particular instance, I said 70 cents to $1. And I've got to point out, right now, it seems to be smack dab on that position. Did it go lower? Can confirm. It looks like with the borders, it did go cheaper, but it doesn't look like the actual listed price has gone lower than $1. So, okay, cool. No complaints here then, but we want to see it become profitable. Will it happen? Well, I'm sorry to say, we did see a whole lot more M39 skins being accepted. Now, I mistakenly said, oh, would we see another one after next week? Well, that was the last rush store for, September. But we did see more. I accidentally leaked that. Yes, we did see more after it. Yeah, bit of a surprise that, but yes. Base Punch were like M39 wild, and they just felt the need to keep accepting more and more and more. And even though this is part of the most successful collection in all of Rust, unfortunately, you did not manage to retain your price. So, yeah, $3, you crashed, you burned. Chameleon Double Barrel Shotgun, so this sold for $2.49. It did go down. Down to about half its price, but it didn't crash and burn. It didn't go all the way like to less than $1. But I do want to remind you, what is the cheapest double barrel shotgun right now? Let's go lowest price. So it does go. You do get some that do go below $1, but not many, all right? With this particular style, with the Chameleon collection, behind it, honestly, I thought it would do pretty okay to a point. And it has done so, but it has crashed. It has gone down. It has gone like half its price. And if you were to look at it on the Steam market, is the price actually perfect? And if we look right here, yeah, it's basically still the same. Not that many listings. It could improve. Will it though? That's the question. And at its lowest price, it does seem to have sold for about 80 cents. So that very likely would have been a buy order. If you did 70 cents to $1, you very likely have made a bit of a profit. But again, don't sell now. Wait until January time, okay? So that's fine. But yeah, we kind of expected that, and it did match up to expectations. So cool. Brony roadside gloves. Oof. So I did point out my concerns. I was noticing that the price, the sales were a little bit too high in comparison to the Brony collection of previous. And yeah, unfortunately, it has suffered. The hoodie only did 6,000 subscribers. Of the pants only did 6,144 subscribers. Of the boots only did 4,474 subscribers. This ended up doing just over 10,000 subscribers. Now I should point out we did see like a Brony bed being produced, but wasn't accepted unfortunately. Could we see tier 2? Could we see tier 3 at some point in the future? It's up to Stabby. But yeah, it did go cheap. So down over to here. What was the cheapest price it's been? So right now you'll notice it's only 57 cents. But highest barter is only about 50 cents. I scroll down, I look, and I see, yeah, you did get down pretty badly. So yeah, the lowest price with the prices we've seen here, about 50 cents. Seems the price slowly, steadily did go down. Yeah. 116 listings, but 75 of them are above $1. Here's hoping it does manage to improve at some point in the future. But yeah, I said what? 70 cents to 80 cents for this? Oof, I was wrong there. Price did go down a little bit more. Here's hoping we do see some continuations. Here's hoping we do see some improvement, but it's up to Stabby. And right at this moment, Stabby is making quite a lot of this race car design. So yeah, could we see more Brony skins in the future? We'll just have to wait and see. And maybe hope a little bit. Cool. Feral Raw AK-47. I mean, earlier I kind of forgot about you, and I'm sorry to say that kind of like sets the tone because, of course, you're sitting there at 77 cents. You went down between 60 to 80 cents. You're just a standard AK-47. You got a very cool like bear design with all with props to Kostuche, the skin creator. It does look cool, but it didn't stand out enough. It wasn't unique enough compared to all the other AKs, so it just became another generic AK-47. It's been lost in the shuffle. The price has dropped. It doesn't look like it's selling that much. So yeah, unfortunately, expectations met. And now the gold chains boots at $2 with hardly any sales. I thought, you know what? Maybe something like 70 cents to $1 might work out quite all right. Well, right now it's sitting here at 93 cents. So let's go ahead and take a look at you. Come on. Click, click, click. There you go. Well, it wasn't appearing. It isn't perfect. It's also not in demand. Only 25 listings. The listed price is very close to the the barter price, and it doesn't look like it's going to improve that much. I did mention, well, you know what? The collection is very weird. It's very incomplete. Would we ever see tier 2 or tier 3 actually being accepted? And hoodie and pants. not at the fault of the skin creators. They have tried like twice, but it hasn't happened. Do you reckon it would ever improve? Do you reckon we'll ever see any more of this actual collection with the clothing and the armor? Not feeling too optimistic, I'm sorry to say. So based on what I'm looking at here, I mean, yeah, I did suggest 70 cents to $1, and right now some of you might have these borders, but is it ever going to actually improve? I would hope so. I have managed to pick up a few of these myself, but I did remove the barter. I noticed it didn't look like it was going to actually retain its price. It has been slowly trending downwards and it hasn't stopped. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. So, yeah, are we surprised by this? Not really. A very incomplete collection, and it just doesn't seem to get all the core pieces, so we'll just have to leave it at that. So, overall, my thoughts in regards to the outcomes, this is the conclusion. Sinotype sulfur, we did notice some interesting things with you. The lack of sales, evidently, you did work out. Small diesel box, perhaps we misjudged the importance of a diesel box, but you are slowly starting to improve with more and more skins being accepted in your small props collection, so not too bad. But all the other skins, oh dear, oh dear. Yeah, they went down pretty bad. Down 35, down 56, down 52, down 61, down 49, down 44, down 69, and down 53. So, yeah, it's not perfect, no. But we kind of assumed this was going to happen. Our borders were low, and we still managed to pick up a few of these skins, didn't we? So, yeah, it is what it is. So, okay, cool. Let's get a little sneak peek for next week. September 25, and oh my goodness, what is that? What is that? What is that? That's green cloven armor, or rather, green tier 3. Well, that's a nice discussion for next week, isn't it? That was absolutely amazing, and a lot of people are super hyped up about it. But would we ever see collection continuations for Temple Collection? Oh, that's going to be a big discussion for next week. I should also point out we have the Fallen Boots here as well, another collection continuation for the small props collection, and of course, Sinotype. Or Seeing Eye, a very interesting design, some cool looking weapons, and another wooden double door. What? Really? So, yeah, quite a lot to talk about with next week's profit review video. And that's a wrap with this one. So, thank you very much for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Best of luck to each and every single one of you with your investments. I would show you like the player count right now, but it isn't there. I would talk about like my optimism for the next several weeks, but it is what it is. So yeah, sorry about the the Cloudflare being down today, but I think we managed to get past it. Hopefully with the next video we won't have any concerns. So cool. Catch you later. See you, goodbye.